So we started looking at the Amitabha sadhana yesterday. So I wanted to talk about the second verse, which is the four immeasurables. And so it reads, may all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free of suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings not be separated from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free of bias, attachment, and anger. Okay? So these four are called immeasurable because we try and create them to an immeasurable extent and spread them out to an immeasurable number of other living beings. So these four thoughts of love, compassion, joy, and equanimity are found in all of the world's major religions. Yeah, and so Buddhism and Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, all the world's major religions teach these same values of love, compassion, rejoicing at others' good qualities and virtues, and having equanimity and forgiveness in the face of harm or, disturbance and things like that. So from a Buddhist viewpoint, when we talk about love, we want sentient beings to have happiness and the causes of happiness. So this could be temporal happiness, food, friendship, safety, things like that. And it can also be the ultimate happiness of spiritual realizations that we're wishing, not just for the people we like and love, but for all living beings. Yeah. And sometimes we say, but why should I wish happiness for those people who are terrorists or those people who do this and that? Well, if we think about it, people who are doing aggressive and harmful actions are doing it because they're unhappy. If they were happy people, they wouldn't be acting like that. So it makes perfect sense to wish those people who are doing things that we don't approve of or that disturb us or the world, it makes perfect sense to wish them happiness, because if they were happy, they wouldn't be doing those things. You see what I mean? Yeah? So we have to get over this mind that says, well, these people harm me, so, I don't wish them happiness. Because if they continue to suffer, they're going to continue to do harmful actions. Because nobody does harmful actions when they're happy. They only do them because they're miserable. Okay? So then the second one's compassion is wishing for others, again, everybody, to be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. And so this could mean temporal suffering, breaking your leg, falling sick, being mentally unhappy. And it can also be the wishing them to be free of the suffering from spiritual angst, or just the whole situation of being in a body that gets old and sick and dies, and having a mind that we can't control so well, that flares up in anger and gets overwhelmed by attachment and so on. Yeah, so really wishing people freedom from the unfree states that our body and mind are currently in. And then the third one, joy or rejoicing, is being happy at other people's good qualities, at their virtue, at their opportunities. And so this one is the opposite of jealousy. Yeah. So, of course, when you're jealous of somebody, the last thing you want to do is rejoice at what they have, because you're so jealous and you want them not to have it because you want it. But, that attitude of jealousy just makes us unbelievably unhappy. Yeah. And it doesn't change the situation at all. Whereas if we really train our mind to rejoice in people's good qualities and their virtuous deeds and things like that, then our mind is happy. And they're happy as well. So it's kind of no sweat off of our back to rejoice at other people's good opportunities. And in fact, they say that it's the lazy person's way to create a lot of goodness, a lot of merit. Yeah. So without even doing the actions, if you just rejoice that other people are doing good things, it enriches your own mind. And it makes your own mind happy too. And then the fourth one, equanimity, um, wishing that all beings abide in equanimity, so free of attachment to friends, aversion, hatred, anger at who we consider enemies, and apathy towards everybody else. And so the purpose here is to, in our minds, level out the playing field in the sense that we care about all living beings and have an equal open-hearted concern for each and every one of them, no matter how they treat us. Yeah, because ordinarily somebody treats us well, we get attached to them. Then when they do something we don't like, we get angry at them. Then when we lose contact with them, we don't care about them anymore. So our minds become like emotional yo-yos. I like, I don't care. And so all of those are rather afflicted states of mind because actually, if we can step back, all living beings are the same in wanting happiness and not wanting suffering. And wouldn't it be wonderful if we could all see them that way and then care about them equally? Yeah, instead of playing favorites, instead of being partial. Okay, so that's the practice of the four immeasurables. It's good to really stop after you recite each line and really think about it very, very deeply. Don't rush through those. And if you find that your mind has attachment or anger or apathy or, you're really mad at somebody, then really stop and focus on one of the four to try and correct your attitude, change your emotion. Yeah, so that if you're really angry, then meditate on love. It's the opposite. Yeah, and wish that person happiness. Okay, if you're really jealous, meditate um, on joy, on sympathetic joy, rejoicing. If your mind is up and down, meditate on equanimity. Yeah, if you're really feeling spiteful and you want somebody to, get run over by a truck, then meditate on compassion and, wish that person to be free of suffering, because then, they will behave better and the relationship with them will be better. Okay. So, spend some time with those four. And if you do, your relationships with people on a day-to-day basis is really going to change because those four will impact how you see other people and how you feel about them and thus how you relate to them. Yeah? So cultivating those four is a wonderful method for making our own mind relaxed and joyful.